Hi, this is Joy, the Cobb Chick with the Keystone Cottage, and we're approaching Valentine's Day, so I thought I'd make a video for you. And I know not everybody has a Valentine, and that's okay too. So I think something that I've been dealing with, honestly, is a little bit of self-love. So that's what this video is going to be about. Is I am going to be putting some things in the cottage, making some stuff, and I thought you'd like to come along with me. This is for me, for my own happiness. So enjoy the video and I'll show you what I'm doing. So the gate that I have, if any of you were here last year, you saw that I had vines all over it and it was looking kind of creepy. So I cut a whole bunch of vines off and I cleared the gate, but then I wanted something useful to use them for rather than just, discarding them. So of course this is a little teeny, this is a little example of what I made, and I'll show you towards the end, but I do want to show you how I made it. So right here, oh, and by the way, here you go. A little bit of self-love going on. That's important to keep in the backdrop so that you can constantly remember how wonderful you are. Let's see here. So we started out, we're going to cut off some of these curly cues, as I call them, and we've got birds everywhere. And some people are doing their yard work, so I apologize if you hear any of that in the background, but it's not a big deal around here. And stuff like this can go in your compost pile, anything that you want. This is only a small example of what I did that I will show you later. So you want to make sure that your branches are all about the same width. What we're going to be doing is actually making a heart wreath. So this is it's a demonstration of one of the sides that I did. So you start your wire, you want to hold your stuff really, really tight. I should have brought pliers with me here. But anyway, you twist your wire around, and I actually made a video of the heart that I did, but it wasn't disastrous, but it was much more detailed as far as what I wanted to put on video. Like, it looked like I was manhandling a beast or something. So you just have to be ready that you're going, be prepared that you're going to put in some effort into this. Woo! The limb just hit the roof of the cottage. Okay, not a big deal. So this right here, we're doing about 1-inch spaces on this small piece, but on the other one we did 2 to 3-inch spaces. So you're just wanting to hold your twigs together, make sure it's pliable at the same time, because you're going to be pushing it into a form later on. See here, they're wanting to get away from us down here. Holding it tight. Wrapping it around. Nice and tight, and you have to go back and constantly look at your pieces. So see, we're getting a little kink going on in this one. So we just have to be aware of that. Then we're not going to go all the way to the bottom. We're going to actually wrap it up right here. I'm going to wrap it through some of the work I've already done. If it's not too tight, you know what? I'm just going to wrap it around this piece here. I'm going to wrap it in and out of my branches. Tie it off that way. And you can use twine. You can use the vine as well to hold your piece together. When you're doing a wreath, you can take, you can just start with a few branches and just form a circle and just keep going around, in and out, in and out. And before you know it, I mean, you can get this wreath thicker and bigger and better. And then from there, just stick pretty stuff in it. And you can also reuse it year round. Just replace the stuff. So you can glue it in there for a more permanent look, or so it doesn't blow away, or you can just stick it in there. So here, we're just going to trim these pieces off here. And this is a much smaller version of what I did with the heart wreath. And it's not perfect, it has its challenges, but that's okay. So right here, making sure that it forms all together. So what I did with the heart wreath is I actually, I started by binding it here, and then when I started forming it and to bind it in the bottom, I noticed this right here was really just not working with me. So I had to go back and bind it a good maybe 2 or 3 inches up to make sure I had the top of that shape of the heart that I really, really wanted. And at the bottom, I ended up crossing them rather than them going together like you see pretty in the craft store. I ended up crossing them like this and doing the wire both directions to hold it into place. I also noticed that the top of the heart right here on my wreath wanted to pop out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to fix that? So keep in mind, you're only looking at half of a heart right here. So what I did was I ended up taking a wire from here and went all the way down and anchored it here. So it's still wanting to curve one way or another, and it's not so pretty, but at the same time it does the job. And I'm sure there's some tips and tricks on that, and I will definitely let you comment on that so I can figure out how to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and show you my heart. And here we go. See, if you look real good, here's that wire right there. Maybe it's not so obvious, I don't know. And see, it's still wanting to, if you look at it this way, it's still wanting to pop out this way. And you know, keep in mind the whole time you're wrapping what's going to be the front, what's going to be the back. So the back, you know, it's got, you know, my mistakes and, you know, different places that I bound the wire together. But nonetheless, we're going to decorate the cottage, and we're going to have a good time with this. So, I've only thought a little bit about this. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do this. I want to show off my whole heart because I like it. I'm just not sure if that's possible. Let's see here. What are the pieces that we have? Ah, yes. We got a candle. By the way, those of you, you know I love the Dollar Tree. This is a Dollar Tree candle with Dollar Tree stickers and packing tape, really good quality packing tape over top. So we make that pretty. Maybe this can go in the corner. Of course, the wind's blowing right now a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised if all this took off. If it does, we're still going to keep the video. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know that this is going to stay here like this, but I sure do like it. Oh, you can't see it. I'm sorry. Here we go. Let's get it a little closer. Here we go. And of course, chocolate. Gotta have chocolate. Duh. Let's sprinkle some of this around. I knew the wind was gonna take it. It may not make it through the video. We'll find out. Maybe if I hold it up here the entire time. All right, let's hold that in place. Let's see if we can light this candle at the same time. This is a new lighter. Why doesn't it work? Piece of crap lighter. Is there a trick? It's got fuel in it. I smell it. Something's happening. Okay, hold on. Ah, it was the wind. There we go. We have fire. There we go. Oh no, and it blew out. All right. Anyway, I know it's a little goofy, maybe it's a little corny, but maybe you learned a little bit about wire wrapping. I appreciate you watching me today with the Keystone Cottage. I apologize that it's not about cob building necessarily, but I know that a lot of you are wanting to keep up with the cottage, and you're wanting to keep up with some of the things that I do, and what can you do while you're still building, and this is one of them. It's just come out, enjoy yourself, make a few little things that make you happy so that you can look at it throughout the season. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great Valentine's Day, and don't forget to light a candle. Think about a little stuff for yourself, because I know going into the new year, there's so many things along the line of, oh, I need to fix this in my life, and this, and this, and this. And we're beating ourselves up, and some of us, we don't stick to our New Year's resolutions. That's what life is sometimes, okay? But there's also that of Valentine's Day. So use this as an opportunity to sit and reflect on you and the stuff you are good at, and the things that you are doing and accomplishing. Like, that is a wonderful thing. It's monumentous. You know, think about the monuments in your life. Think about how you have, what you've done, and how you can make that better as well. So I'm going to wrap this up. Enough of me, I'm sure. So please hit like, subscribe, comment below. Let me know more what you want to see. I'm sorry my candle went out. It's no reflection of self-love, I promise. It just means that these windows are built very well, and I have a wonderful cross breeze, which I wanted very much. Thanks again. Bye.